and choose your questions. Everyone else, please make your way to the prep room. We are due to begin shortly.
Yeah, I got any suggestions. I don't got nothing.
The event is due to begin.
Oh, we're going.
Travelers,
Sweet.
tonight's event is about
Let's stick together if we can. Oh.
Ooh.
Lady
Oh
whore.
wow.
The immediate instinctive need to hide from security cameras.
I'm going to say, I think Rendizo put the portrait
robot?
on the wall, but sideways.
Robot?
Robot?
Yo. Robo Gang, let's go. We're now friends.
That's my
all of us.
guess.
Robo Gang, that's where it's at.
Great.
I'm a robot.
Robot? Oh my goodness, another one?
That's debatable.
I'm an artificial.
You're like a fish robot.
This is my hologram. This is only my hologram. I'm an artificial intelligence program.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, it works.
I just recommend
Hey, look, it's Mega Man.
volume.
Mega Man,
As long as you're not some
Robot Gang?
As long as you're not some
Robots?
fleshy.
There's so many?
Yeah, I turned them up. Yes, and we got a Zaku.
No,
This
I'm not a robot,
this is our designated fall
Oh,
guy.
he's from the Legend series.
But I do.
Oh my
but I
goodness,
do
Look at
know
all these
someone.
Robros!
He's
Yeah, but I also.
And what,
There-
what
I do have a physical
Demi
robot,
here
though.
means by Fall Guy is,
Oh, nice.
yeah, there's a running joke of me falling off of... It's a hard
killed him for
Trick tax fraud.
Shoot.
Man,
It's a job nobody else was willing to take.
Don't fuck around.
Game over.
you.
I can't wait for Sonic 3 to come out. Sonic 3 is gonna be good. We got fucking
Oh my
Shadow
god,
in it.
yes.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Edgelord. Does that mean we're gonna have like some like epic metal tracks by Crush
Is that
40?
a-
Oh, I
Harry
fucking
from
bet.
above?
We have to.
Yep. I hope Metal Sonic also appears in Sonic 3.
I don't know if Metal Sonic will. I'm
You
pretty
mind
sure it's
my
gonna be
colors?
mostly the Shadow Gang kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Rogue's gonna make an appearance. If they make Rogue an
They better
appearance,
not
it's gonna be
nerf her
terrifying.
Oh.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, Quest is kind of limited on Quest. And this is FNF versus
Yeah, I
Mecha.
do too, but
Concerned about the
I
should know.
don't
This
I'm the
is the
creator of
original
said mod.
mecha.
too small amount.
I'm just here.
I
don't know how to.
Capsule spear is
You're speaking to an FNF mod dev. Hello.
you would have an
My mod is currently in development hell.
Voice
My mod is currently in development hell.
Worlds, we will guide you.
Awesome.
Wait, towards Pearl.
I've seen,
read
I've seen
another
a
one.
lot
Animation.
of
Time
good
to
ones.
ascend. Prepare for experience you'll never
Yeah.
forget.
I only have the one.
The default animations go poof unless you add them back in.
It's really good. I'll tell you that.
I picked
Another robot.
He's a monster.
Another robot.
Look at this. Another fellow robot. What's up with this? It's beautiful.
No, I know.
Hey, it's a classic. This one's Gatorade flavored. You can tell.
But then again, I didn't want you to.
Gatorade
Absorbs
is
your
great.
essence.
Look at him go. Look at the.
It's a good
Gatorade is fuel.
I love
The rate
that.
of kerosene.
Think about it. It would
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
cool. We also got a,
10,
You know who?
9,
What was the fucking count?
8,
We have
7,
fantasy.
6,
Morphonite.
5,
Ooh, I don't know.
4, 3, 2,
Pardon.
1.
Alright, back to being cute.
Travelers, it seems you've met with an uncertain fate.
I said back to being cute. As in
You find yourself at an interdimensional crossroad. A rendezvous of travelers between worlds. My name is Sheen. I am a highly metastasized, infomorphic, mimetic meme complex. And one of the tour guides of VRTravellers. We create immersive, story-based tours with original writing, beautiful worlds, voice acting, and 100% wholesome team effort. Welcome to our point of contact to the narrative domain. Tonight, we will be telling the story of the prince. My friends, you are welcome to record tonight's event or stream, if you wish. Now, travelers, before I introduce you know who, I have one special announcement. Last week, VRTravellers held our third Smash Ultimate Tournament. And there was a clear winner. Yes, J-Monkey, are you here?
Well, yes, I am here.
Kindly step forward, J-Monkey. My friends, J-Monkey has defended his title for the third time in a row. Damn. Congratulations, J-Monkey. You are the Smash champion.
Yeah, damn, where do you go? Go, Pangu.
Apparently.
What's his character?
We will stomp you.
What's your main? What's your main? What's your main? You gotta tell us your main. What's your main?
Samus.
Nice!
Oh, damn.
Now, travelers,
You main Spamus. I main King Daddle Dingo.
your silence, please. Apologies. There will be plenty of time later to discuss. We must move on with tonight's event, as the ether is thick in the air.
Pointed at me, I'm pointing.
Travelers, tonight's story will be performed by the greatest tour guide in the history of the universe. The greatest voice actor to walk the halls of VRC. And the greatest friend to have in your story. My friends, it is my honor to introduce to you the one, the only, Trey-Gem, the tour guide.
The soup man. The soup man has arrived.
I'm gonna put clappers on these.
Pinda.
Those symbols. Get like those little thumb symbols. King, 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 king.
Oh, he's non-corporeal.
See, you're keeping up with the vibe of multiple dimensions.
We have an iceberg for a reason.
Good evening, wanderers of the narrative halls. As mentioned, my name is Trey-Gem, and I will be your storyteller tonight. This is a story-based tour, and as with any tour in the real world, we have rules. Our primary rule: I kindly ask that each time we stop for narration, that you all become silent, so that the story may continue. However, as we walk from point to point, you are encouraged to talk amongst yourselves. I am going to drop a portal to tonight's event. Please do not enter the portal until I give the signal. Friends and travelers, wait for me on the other side.
It is. What do you think? What?
Ah, fake.
No, I think this might be the world that we went to previously. I don't know though.
It is.
It just has the same.
It is.
Here we go.
By the way, I'm also wearing the technical.
It says add to favorites. I don't have this one favorited, so this might just have the same spawn area, but it's not the same one as before.
Oh.
Apparently,
Yeah, I've been actually speedrunning Pizza Tower now.
I've been actually speedrunning. We went to one. The first room was a bedroom. Then we went through a dark castle. And then there was like an abandoned town that was overgrown.
Maybe.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh wait.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a lot better with context.
I'm leaving this conversation.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
Yeah.
There's a reason we have a button over there.
Remember the last war?
What? Oh my god.
Yes, do not click the button, my friend.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
Oh my god.
That sucked. That sucked so much ass.
Why is my Sorry.
What?
I did not know you could walk through that. I was expecting a wall, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm hiding.
Yes.
It was just the
Yeah,
head, Bob.
because I
Oh,
think.
oh.
You went further, you would have been drowning.
That's so bizarre.
Oh, never mind.
Ah, there's invisible wall. Everyone go swimming!
Oh, okay. So I guess you rely on everyone else not being sure.
So this is a cooperative thing, but whenever have you seen like a clip or something about this?
We can be the guards.
No, not at all. You'll figure it out pretty quickly. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go by what everyone else is doing.
Can I if I
Oh, that's really nice.
damn.
Oh, that's
Being in PC or not?
Just be quiet. That's rather.
BV2. I call Mechasonic. Yeah, yeah.
I took a screen cap, so no worries.
But I'm Mechasonic. I got the voice.
Where'd you get that avatar? That's so cool.
Mecha Knuckles doesn't have a voice.
I have.
It's in Hyperion.
Yeah, which is basically the canon voice for Mecha.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, by the way, did you notice there's an update for VRChat that changes the to be a cone in front of you instead of a circle? I was playing around with the settings for it. I really like it.
Later.
Got it. No shit.
Which, by the way, I kind of recommend deactivating it for this world, nonetheless.
See the little thing that looks like an icon, that looks like a little like waypoint location thing. You can click that and you'll see whoever's in the room. And then you can, and then you can click on them and change the volume settings and stuff.
Medieval.
Okay. How do I? Oh, you have to actually find their username and then do volume settings or clone avatar
Or
clone avatar.
you'll be Mecha
You can hide avatars if they're too much for you or whatever.
I had you for a second.
I mean, honestly, that design isn't too
Got it.
bad special because he comes
Favorited.
Good evening.
Thank you. Appreciate
hold
it.
on. Who's the other person?
I gotcha. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's so.
I gotta figure it out. It's a known bug with this world.
Five.
You have a giant flat
Just a
screen in
moment.
front of you.
Four.
I need to look
Let me
down.
do this first. I will come back.
3.
So how do I
2.
Travelers in the back.
Yeah,
Attention, please.
1.
Travelers in the back.
My friends, gather around.
So you can hear.
Gather around where you can hear me, friends.
Please move towards the hypercube.
I'm recording right now.
I hope we don't crash at that one part.
Please
turning up his volume.
move toward the purple smoke.
Fucking cap.
Tag along if you want, and you don't have to stay. Just tag along and watch.
Too close. My friends, welcome to the narrative of the prince. Before we begin, aside from that one very important rule from earlier, there are some world-specific notes to go over. Please listen carefully. First, please take a moment to adjust your world volume so that you can hear distant waves. That's right. We're on the ocean. Or are we? Please make sure that the button to your left is orange. If it is green, click it until it becomes orange.
So is that circle over there?
If you are experiencing lag, for this event you can afford to turn off all avatars except for myself, Rindizu, and Sheen. Sheen at the back, your tour guides.
Multitasking right now.
You should be able to. Trojan is true.
Oh no, there's a bug with this where you can hear. Use the menu. There we go.
Use the menu instead.
Quick menu. Use the
Not so
little
much a bug.
location ping. The location pin and then locate them as on the menu.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it.
A couple of notes left, friends.
My volume.
If you are in desktop mode, press Tab. If you are in VR, hold your right hand above your head and press the menu button. You will see this world's custom menu appear in front of you. You can see the fast travel option, which you can use in conjunction with the tour guide's help to catch up to the group if you need to. You can bring Sheen or Rendizo to the back of the group if you need their help with anything tonight. I will announce whenever we reach any of these chapters in the story.
That's so cool.
That's practical.
And one last note for VR users. This tour has some strong color filters in some parts. Now, my friends, my travelers, let us, without further ado, begin our adventure. Please follow me.
Whoa. Oh no, the void again.
The void. The big ball. The big ball void.
Oh, okay, let's go.
This reminds me
In
of
the
being like-
Osha Sea.
This reminds me of being my dad's testicle.
It's ocean and pussy.
God damn it.
I'm drinking. I did that, but I did. I did it again.
We can't even quote that. Let's go.
My friends, I ask for your attention and kindly for your silence. Because the story begins. Listen. Can you hear it? The waves. They say that when I was born, everyone could hear it. The midwives, the guards, the servants, the cooks and stable hands, everyone in the castle, everybody in the kingdom, everybody heard the ocean. But that didn't make sense. The ocean is nowhere near the kingdom. The oracle said it was a sign that I was different. But I had never heard the waves myself. At least, not until...
This is like Final Fantasy.
I've never been in something like this.
My foot has now been tethered to my PC. I gotta be careful now. F.
Chapter 1. High in a castle tower, alone in a dark chamber, a young prince trembles beneath the covers. His brow is furrowed with worry, his breath shallow and rapid. His mind is full, overflowing with grim images, twisted visions. Memories of that night, that storm, that harrowing storm. Dark waters churning, roiling. Nightmares plague him, guilt plagues him. Some of the crew members and soldiers were found along the beaches, blue faces strangled by seaweed, bloated, half buried in grey sands. But his father was not among them. All were lost to the sea. All but the prince. He awakens with a start, saved from the darkness of his own imagination by the comfort of his own bedchamber. But the remission is short-lived. He sits up, looks left at the raindrops sliding down the glass, then right, slowly surveying the dark corners of his chamber. There is a meal on the cabinet, likely cold as stone. The thought of food upsets him, his appetite absent for 1 or 2 moons now. With a shaking sigh, he reaches over, scooping up a trinket from his bedside table, and he brings it close to his face, squinting in the low light to make out its details. It is a pendant from the sacred land of Ludicia, given to him by his father, the late king. All he has is this pendant, his mother, and his brother. A warmth ignites in his heart, keeping the cold at bay. Strong, charming, smart. His brother is everything their parents wanted. He even went to battle alongside the Silver Aegis and came back unscathed. The people all look up to him. His brother is the king they want. The chill of night begins to win the fight. Ben loses his power as his bed pleads for him to return. Heavy covers under which he can hide and wish himself away. A fragile bulwark against a callous, ruthless world that doesn't want him. He dives back down into his refuge and... Who would be knocking at his door at this time of night? Is it one of the guard making sure he hasn't fled? Is it the nurse checking up on him again? Is it the zealots finally here to drag him to the tower? Rain batters the glass as he turns his head toward the door. You're still awake? The prince exhales and nods. His brother steps out of shadow, wearing a cloak and carrying a bag. Why is he dressed at this time of night? Has anyone entered your room? The prince looks at his brother. Have they? He doesn't think so. Aside from the rain and wind, the castle has been quiet. His brother seems nervous and makes the prince nervous. He shakes his head. Good. The brother glances toward the door. Get dressed. Grab whatever you can carry. The prince's heart sinks. Questions and fears swim in his mind like eels in a bucket of water. Is there a fire? Has Dacia finally reached the capital? Is his mother, the queen, sending him away? Is he finally going to prison for what he did? But none of the questions leave his lips. He just sits there, useless. Listen, his brother approaches the bed. This is serious. Put on your cloak. Take whatever you don't want to leave behind. Someone is after us, and... He turns suddenly to face the door. The prince holds his breath to listen. Hurry, the brother says in a harsh whisper. Now! The prince is terrified. He climbs out of the covers and reaches down to open the trunk at the foot of the bed, rummaging for his warmest cloak, the dark blue one with a hood. What about Mother? The prince's voice feels weak, as though it's about to shatter. What about the guards, the Aegis? What about... No, there's no time. His voice frightens the prince. Why is he being like this? The prince finds his cloak and swings it over his shoulders. He slips a long tunic over his nightgown, fastens it with the first belt he can find, and slips into some boots. He only has time to stuff the Ludician pendant into his pocket before the brother grabs his hand and almost drags him to the door. The brother stops, gestures for the prince to be quiet, and peers out into the passageway beyond. My friends, let us follow the pair into the dark. Please follow me.
Alright.
We take an F for Alazu, who got kicked.
Yep.
Win. I win the race.
We'll get him back.
Oh, by the way, this door has no collision, so I can do this. Oh no.
Oops.
Oh well. Yes, it has collision. You.
And nobody's really walked through that door until now, so...
Don't walk through the door. You can't walk back. It's a trap. It's a lie.
Everybody's stuck behind the door. It's great.
How dare you?
Hey, remember
Travelers, speaking of traps, the story must continue. Your attention, please. The prince and brother pass through an empty hall. The castle has been quiet thus far, but here, footsteps echo from some place ahead. Quick, behind here, whispers the brother, pressing himself against a pillar. A moment later, a door swings open. The sounds of armor rattling and a woman panting draw nearer. The prince holds his breath. The figure staggers past in a rush, glancing around only briefly, and they exit the way the brothers came from. That was the Aegis. The prince's heart flutters, but something's wrong. She looked injured, and how didn't she notice them? The prince peers up at his brother, expecting him to go after his mentor. But he doesn't. The brother grabs his hand and uses a side door. My friends, this way.
I've never noticed a skylight in this room.
Wait, there's... Really nice to get some context to all these different...
This looks new.
Agreed. This is awesome.
I love this.
Nami?
So nice.
This loves you. Why are we here? The prince asks. The brother hurries past the shelves and moves to the far end of the room, ignoring the question. He starts to check everything, removing random objects, looking behind and under the furniture. The prince gazes at a nearby open book, some old red tome. Who's after us? The brother stops. The Oracle is dead. The Inquisitor killed him. He looks the prince directly in the eyes, breathless, afraid. I saw it happen. And he saw me. The prince stumbles back, catching himself on a desk. The Oracle dead. And the Inquisitor is A cold chill crawls up the back of his neck. A sick feeling boils in his stomach. Dead. Dead. But the Oracle said that he is the chosen one. The Oracle said he survived for a reason. The Oracle said he would learn how to control it if he went to Laodicea. Found it. The brother steps back and dusts his hands. Help me move this. The two of them, carefully, quietly, drag a shelf away from the wall. Behind it, low to the ground, is an old door. A secret passage. This leads outside the castle, the brother says. Are you ready? 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 How can he be ready? No, this has to be a dream. It feels like a dream, a nightmare. The Oracle can't be dead. He can't be. Any moment now, he's going to be shaken awake by his nurse, and his mother will be there, and for once he will welcome her presence. Yes, it's just a nightmare. Hey. The brother pulls him back. I know you're afraid. I am too. But without us, Lazarus has no ruler after Mother. We are going to escape. We are going to hide. We're going to get help. And then I'm going to figure out a way to solve all of this. Alright? It's going to be okay. We will be okay. The prince can only bring himself to nod before they both crawl into the secret passage. My friends, watch your head. We must follow.
Ooh.
Alright. Way better with context.
Now, what was that word? I'm trying to remember what that word was.
So cool. Thank you for including me in this.
I mean, of course. I wish my mom had come.
I think your parents are gonna be here.
Awesome 2 weeks.
Yeah, my mom just wasn't feeling up to it. She's been in VR for the past hour, but...
Makes sense, yeah. I was kind of worried I was gonna meet your parents and I'm drinking.
She'd love this shit. She loves books and reading anyway.
The brothers emerge from the cramped passageway and find themselves in a dimly lit basement. It seems similar to the kitchen cellars, but the prince doesn't recognize it. Judging by his brother's face, he doesn't recognize it either. The brother begins to cross the room slowly, checking every footstep. The prince stops. What's that noise? A grinding, a rumbling? The storm returns.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die.
That joke's getting old.
An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. In a moonlight forest, a beast strides out of the undergrowth. It glides across the ground, argent, majestic, silent, a great silver elk. It lands, pauses, turns back. A younger tawny elk follows, slower and with less majesty, yet bearing great promise. The great elk observes as the young elk's shadow moves. It betrays the form. The forest becomes dark. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options, 4 ways in which he can respond to this vision. Descend, divulge, dwell, distract. I will give you all 1 minute to discuss what he should do. After this time expires, I will call upon one of you to give the best answer you have heard. Your time starts now.
Alright,
Wait, so he's lying? We have more than 4 options.
detach. I heard detach.
Yeah. This is metagaming right here. We've been through this before.
There's a 5th option.
That we have discovered in the past.
There's a 6th option. D's nuts. It's always with D. That's the joke.
Is it the white
one if they call you up, okay?
I feel like that might be the wisest.
And they'll ask you for your detach yourself. Say yes. Alright.
From the visions of divulge. They see
like telling your brother.
Yeah, tell your brother. Descend would be to go further into the vision. Like see more of what they
Yes, detach.
But
this is my first time, so I'm kind of just
you're doing good. You're doing
That's
good.
what she said.
You're doing good.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Wow.
We're letting you know
Descend,
that we
divulge. What are the other ones?
Detach was
Descend,
There's a
divulge,
hidden one called detach.
Distract.
and
Dwell.
and distract. But
There's also
there's a
detach.
secret option that we discovered by doing this multiple times, and that would be detach.
There's like distract would be like.
Would you say detach would be worth it?
Detach
Yes,
is
there's canonically a correct option. The other ones will give you like more lore and stuff like that. But
okay,
We've managed to get all the
Travelers, your time to discuss has come to an end. I am going to call upon the boundless wisdom and experience and insight of the one known as Nelu. What will the prince do, Nelu? Did you say detach?
I did. I noticed that one of the 4 options you were lying.
What did they say? What did they say? They called Trigemaline.
I take that back, Nelu. Your wisdom is not boundless, but I will take your choice. My friends, I ask for your silence, because this is what happens when the prince detaches.
I guess I'll never know. I guess I'll never know. Oh well.
The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. He remains in the moonlight forest. The shadow continues to shift, sliding beneath the young elk. The greater elk stamps its hoof unmoved. The shadow does not flinch. The elk stamps again, and the shadow cowers. Then the shadow turns in the direction of the prince, and the prince looks back at the darkness, black as the moon's shadow. And in this vision the prince remains. The brother carries him upon his back throughout the rest of the hidden passage. During this time, the prince is aware of the brother avoiding both some zealots and the silver aegis who is working with them. My friends, please follow me.
The other choices are.
but tricky. Oh, don't fall off.
absolutely loved you if you said my friends and named them.
It was so tiny, I slipped right through the...
So, can anyone tell me what just
Did you all
happened
just
back there?
hear an
To the
insignificant
statue?
voice?
What did they say?
They said that they were
Angie, the box is Angie. Upsetty. Upsetty spaghetti.
He's got feelings too. They said that
I've turned red.
I'm always red. This is how we die.
Oh, death by Tesseract.
My friends, gather around and lend me your ears, and stay your tongues, for the story continues as follows. Chapter 2. A final secret tunnel takes them up some steep stairs and into some long-abandoned home. A chill wind whistles through cracks in the shutters, accompanied by the gentle grey of dawn. The moth-eaten rug breaks apart as the prince makes his way to the old dust-covered bed. He sits and sighs. He is tired and hungry, and his stomach still churns. The brother goes to the window and peers outside, one hand on the handle of his sidearm. His sidearm? Was that there this whole time? The prince wants to ask about it, and the Aegis, Oracle, the Inquisitor. But his mouth is dry and his jaw aches, and he, for the first time, is afraid of the only person who has always been there for him. I think it's safe here. Are you all right? His brother is looking at him. The prince nods, and the brother approaches and offers a water skin. Here, he says, have some. The prince looks at it. The leather carved with their royal emblem. He wants to take it. He wants to trust his brother. But he can't. You think I attacked the Aegis? The brother says. You think, perhaps, that I killed the Oracle? I didn't think you could hear that. Well, I did do one of those things. I attacked the Aegis. I didn't want to, but you must understand that I had no choice. I saw the Inquisitor with the Oracle last night. I was going to speak with the Oracle about my coronation, but I heard their conversation, what they said about you. The Oracle called you Oceanborn. And I saw the fire in the Inquisitor's eyes. I saw the blood spilling. The Inquisitor, he wields the power of miracles of fire. You know this. He thinks you are sent by the enemy. He thinks the Chosen One should be fireborn like he is. Well, I don't really understand it fully, but what I do know is, if I went to the Aegis for help, then she and everyone else in the castle would have faced the full wrath of the Inquisitor, including Mother. This way, it's just us. This way, everyone else is safe from him. You understand, don't you? The prince lifts his gaze to meet his brother's. Something about his voice, the way he's talking. He's never heard his brother sound so afraid. He can feel the Ludician pendant in his pocket. Look, the brother says, unbuckling his weapon. If you still don't trust me, take this. Wear it. Be the one to bear the blade. All right. The prince prince takes the sword from his brother. Sorry. The brother's stern visage is broken by a smile. Come on, we need to keep moving. We won't be safe here for long. We need to get out of Moravos, and then, well, I'll figure out what to do next. We'll find allies, someone who can best the Inquisitor. The brother stands and offers a hand, and the prince takes it. My friends, let us follow them into the castle town of Moravos and help them find a way out. This way.
Charge!
Oh.
Remember this? That part was fun.
Here's a way we can find a big zealots.
Kitty, one of your legs is all screwed up.
I think our tracker died.
There it goes. Now it's good. There it goes.
Check to make sure that you're not next to get up against the wall. I know that my trackers tend to do that.
Though the winds howl, the town is slowly waking up, ignorant of what had transpired overnight. Rugs are shaken out of second-story windows. Farmers set up stalls to sell cucumbers, carrots, and cabbage. Smiths stoke their furnaces, while innkeeps sweep the past night's chaos out their front doors. The sun barely manages to break through the clouds. Quick, this way, the brother says suddenly, and he pulls the prince aside into some bushes. Not a minute later, a pair of zealots, dressed in red, approach a pair of city watchmen.
That's why it's called big zealots.
Let it be known, says one of the zealots, that the princes are to be brought before the Viner Church if they are found. They have committed treason of the highest order. Treason? Truly? What do you speak of? The heir murdered the Oracle and has taken his younger brother as an hostage. The Inquisitor fears the heir is being compromised by the enemy. But the heir has faced stations on the battlefield. You mean to tell me he Queen's orders? If they are found, the Inquisitor must be notified at once. Failure to do so will result in being branded an enemy of the Crown and of God. As you say, we shall spread the word. And the brothers are left alone again. Nobody can know who we are, the brother says. Don't say anything to anyone. Keep your hood up and don't let anyone see your possessions. The guards won't let us out of the gates before checking who we are, and we'll definitely be recognized. We just need to... Alright, I have an idea. I know someone who could help us, but we need to get across town. The brother looks down the road. My friends, the brothers are about to cross Moravos. However, they are going to need your help. Tonight's NPCs, Alazu and Ether, stand below me. They are playing city guards. NPCs, please change into your avatars. Everyone else, make sure that you have their avatars shown and pay attention to these names.
Hey, Cloud Stripes, is that you?
Combat robot.
I'm a maintenance bot.
NPCs, please take your positions in the city, making sure you cannot hear me as I must continue the rules. Friends, this quest requires that you are able to use your microphone. If you do not wish to speak, or if you think these NPCs know you too well, or you want to opt out of this quest for any other reason, please stand in this corner behind me, behind the crates. Everyone else, please take a minute to form pairs and stand in your pairs clearly.
Just as a parent.
You know what? I hung out with you recently. I hung out with you recently. When you two watched it together.
Now you actually get to be a pair of me instead of four.
You know what happened? Why VR crashed?
Why is that?
It decided to relaunch Wasteland.
Does anybody not have a pair? Please come and stand below me.
It's like high school prom all over again.
Sylvan and Rapestral, are you both pairless?
I'm right here.
Very well, you are paired. Is there anyone else who is pairless? Please stand below me. Then it seems we're all paired. My friends, please, there are more rules to relay. This is what the NPCs will be doing. They will be somewhere in the city and will be questioning you as pairs, so please stay in your pairs together. If they address you, you must answer their questions. No other conversation is allowed between the travelers and the NPCs. And this is what you will all be doing. Wander the city of Moravos while staying together in pairs. You may talk among yourselves or with other travelers. When questioned, you must answer the NPC's questions truthfully, except the princes, who will lie. And the princes are a pair secretly chosen by me right now. Lost traveler, who is your partner? Crazed McGee. Very well. You are tonight's princes. This means you must lie to the guards when they question you. Do you understand?
I understand. I've been an actor for 4 years,
You tell the truth.
No role-playing is required. You will be answering questions about your real life. You may not give any indication whatsoever about who the princes are. That goes for all of you. You may attempt to physically hide from the NPCs, but this may come across as suspicious behavior. I'll give you 10 minutes to roam the city. At the end of this time, you'll all hear the town bell. At this point, please come and find me. The NPCs will then discuss privately which pair they think were playing as the princes and lying to them. Your goal is to keep the princes' identities secret. My friends, your time starts now. Those who are skipping this quest, please follow me.
Pick direction, let's get started.
There's a guard over there. There's a guard guarding the place where we thought the balance is. Should we go there?
Good day, citizens.
Devi, are you skipping the quest, or do you have a partner? Your partner is down the hall. Samantha Hall. I think it's a well. I'm not sure. I don't live here.
Oh, this is a little cozy corner.
Yeah, this one. Exactly. You can get over it, but I wouldn't suggest you'd have to respond. Ah, yes, all the secret little
If you wait, we're doing a quest right now. If you wait down this alley, then the tour guide will be here in just a moment.
I'm just lagging a lot. Just your PC in your location.
No worries. If you stay around this area, the guide will return soon.
I mean, yeah, I might crash soon. I will, yeah, maybe get back in like 10 minutes. Yeah. But I mean, I missed it. It's been so long. I missed it. But okay. I'm just gonna stay here and wait for
Greetings, sir.
Okay,
Enjoying the map. Trying to wall climb. A bit of parkour. Well, do your best, yes.
Do we think they'll catch the princes today?
Nope.
I didn't manage to catch them being questioned, but I guess you were sitting here, so it's anyone's guess.
It's just statistically unlikely, because many people are already aware of the ways you can deceive the guards into thinking that they're suspicious instead of the actual people who are suspicious.
What a bunch of liars we have trained up. Do you hear that, Sheen? We are responsible for this. Perhaps Nayli was right.
I see.
I think it's time to ring the town bell.
Dream, can you make it do Darude Sandstorm?
Random at all.
Such a beautiful melody.
It's actually very hard to play rhythms with the bell because there is a delay every time I click it and it throws me. Can I help you?
Jim, we're here. Calm down now.
You can blame Sheen for that one.
Played Darude Sandstorm with the bell. Could you tell?
No.
Darude Sandstorm, the national anthem of the Desert Kingdom.
Someone quote that.
We've never, apparently we've never filmed this particular challenge. I want to know what happens if we do. But also,
NPCs, there you are. Have you discussed and come to a choice? Are you still discussing?
We have not even started to discuss.
Please do so privately.
Much professional.
If you're not in a call, you can go to somewhere else in the city.
I think it's a failure in training.
I was trying to ask you about that.
I think, you know what, it's fine. This makes it easier for us, you know. How did your session go?
I think it went really well. I mean, they were like, "Oh, you're absolutely not the prince," you know. So that's a
Wait, everyone can see me, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Who was your partner?
Better hope that they're far enough away that they can't hear you.
Don't say it like that.
N-A-E-L-U, Nelu.
It's your turn, Ren. Can you go to spawn and pick them up?
Hold on.
Oh, me?
What'd you say?
No, Ren Piso, not you.
Have you come to a decision, guards?
We have made our decision.
Very well.
I don't see them in the room.
Travelers, your attention.
I see nice tea, but that's all that's it. I don't see them.
My friends, your quest has come to a close. It is time for the NPCs to present their accusation. NPCs, Ether and Alistair. Who were the princes? Who was lying?
Praise McGree.
Lost
The
Traveler.
Lost Traveler.
Did you say Crazed McGee and Lost Traveler? Please step forth.
That is correct.
Traveler McGee, are you the princess? Did you hear that? The princes were discovered. My friends, this has happened before, but it's very rare, and it changes the course of the story as follows. Gianna, do you owe me $1?
The one time we succeed.
Please. The story must continue. As he walks across Morabos, the prince tries to shrink back into his cloak. His brother strides ahead, swift and confident. How does he do that? Every Moravian looks at them, stares at them. Do they know? Do they know who they are? Suddenly he bumps into his brother as he comes to an abrupt stop on a bridge. He looks past his brother and looks up. A city watchman glares down at them, his mouth twisting into a smile. The prince's blood runs cold as the guard and his brother stare one another down. His brother whispers, "Run," and he kicks at the guard's knee, knocking him off his feet and into the river. Everything becomes a blur. The guard yells something and the prince just follows the back of his brother's cloak. They run into an alley and skid around a corner, a dead end. Without hesitation, the brother tears off his own black cloak and tosses it over the wrought iron spikes at the top of a stone wall. He opens a nearby door and the prince is pulled into the dark. His heart pounds hard and fast, trying to catch his breath. Then, from outside, footsteps come. The brother covers the prince's mouth with his hand and they listen. This way. They went this way. The footsteps come closer and come to a stop right outside the door. Look, they went over this wall. Get round to the other side. And the footsteps leave again. But the brothers wait and listen. Eventually, the brother opens the door, looks around, and breathes a sigh of relief. And they continue. The brother takes the prince to a nearby house, checks the street, and knocks on the door. Moments later, the door creaks ajar, and an elderly man peers out. He says but one word. You. And he glances beyond them, his expression grave. The prince shrinks back. How bold that you would show up at my doorstep. His mouth twists and he sniffs. I had a feeling you might appear. Then the wrinkles on his face deepen as he smiles. He opens the door wide and invites them inside. My friends, let us follow them. This way.
Yeah, like I remember music, right? I've added even more.
Started infiltrating those old walls.
Sorry.
Dacia.
Okay, thank you.
The brothers' knuckles go white. But we can't go back to the castle. The Inquisitor is too powerful. He's gone mad. So you want me to face him? Young sire, I may have been the best swordsman in Lazarus in my day, but with all due respect, that is madness. You haven't read the Crimson Vanguard? That man is capable of terrifying things. Then the brother glances at the prince for a moment. What do we do? Who can help us? Who else is there? The smile gently leaves the veteran's face. Best I can do, young sire, is get you out of the walls. He gets up using his cane, making his way back across the dusty stone floor. Back during your grandfather's reign, we had tunnels built beneath Moravos. Most were narrow and used for emergencies, but some were large enough that there were houses built down there, cut into the stone. Given that you're here, it seems you used one to escape. But there are many more. I'm likely the last one alive who knows where every entrance can be found, and, of course, what sort of tactician would I be without my own personal escape? Help me move this, would you? The brothers assist, and behind a wooden cabinet is an old door. This leads to the underworks, the veteran says. There may be others down there looking for you, but it's dark. You should be able to just leave. Cross the cistern and you'll come out near the eastern road. My thanks. The brother opens the door and guides the prince in before him. And I'm sorry. Sorry? Nonsense. It'll take much more than a strike from you to slow her down. I don't mean for her. The brother grabs the cane from the veteran and strikes across his legs with it. The old man cries out and topples backward, and the brother pulls the cabinet back in place behind him. My friends, this way.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh, gee.
Don't mind me, I was just having some popcorn because of the good story.
I know. Oh, right. Not we don't go for.
Oh. Just everybody's at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having popcorn.
Oh, that's because we're used to being able to.
Yeah, we're used to speed run.
Y'all did fine.
Everybody
Yeah.
gang up on the box.
I thought it was a cube, not a box.
I did too.
Whoa.
Now we know.
I'm having fun.
Right now?
The air down here is musty, stifling. Somewhere in the distance, water trickles and dribbles. Rodents dance along the remnants of what looks to be underground buildings. What is this place? Why is there a city beneath the city? Faint patches of light leaking through from somewhere above reveal the path ahead. I'm sorry you had to see that, the brother says. The prince cannot make out his face in the low light. The Inquisitor has to think that we forced our way in. But the brother doesn't finish. Instead, he simply begins to walk. My friends, please follow me.
Yeah, we do some parkour.
Spooky. Now we're here.
Crap, not this again. Alright,
Hey,
here we
I
go.
grew up playing Minecraft. Let's go.
Oh my.
Click the door to the other side, friends. Go through the door to the other side. Travelers, last one over has to pay the bills.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I can't.
I don't have any skills. Wait.
I already pay enough in rent.
Not yet, soup time.
Oh no. Not again.
Why am I dancing?
Yeah.
Soul, sorry.
I'm not
You
last.
haven't been here before.
Yes, we have. I remember the beginning of the cast.
Oh, was it? I don't remember.
I don't want to crash again.
I do.
Crazy.
Where do you remember this
And
from?
my memory's
I
supposed to be
watched
crap.
you
Oh, I remember this because we went through this world before.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I haven't.
Like,
This is the
this
first
is-
time here.
No, this is our first time with the guided tour. We went through this without the tour before.
Oh, okay.
So there's a whole lot of new context.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Having context
good
makes
to have
this
context.
so much better.
Isn't that right, Trajan?
Oh, absolutely.
Don't tell me this.
You're really fun.
Slap my
Let's see
shiny
if
metal
we
ass
get
there.
our break this time or we don't.
I'm about to. If you go to the.
I didn't realize how long this is gonna be.
menu and then the
Oh, I knew this was going to be an hour or
motion
two.
icon and scroll down.
It's gonna be over 3 hours.
Anybody.
I think we're at like hour and a half
Yeah,
now.
it's gonna be about 3 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they said
My
bring
friends.
hydration.
Your attention, please. Fear not, for we have just reached Chapter 3.
I love it.
We are over halfway through, and the story continues. It is after sundown by the time the brothers emerge. The underworks tunnel had led them to an old mill, and from there they followed trails until coming upon the eastern road. Moravos looms in the distance, gently glowing in the moonlight as the prince slumps to the ground. His legs and feet ache, his stomach growls, he's tired and sore and short on breath. His brother is just standing there checking through a bag he's carrying. How does he do it? How does he keep going? Can't we go back? The prince bites his lip. He didn't mean to say that aloud. Go back? The brother lifts his head. Go back on what? Face the Fireborn? He'll kill you, and then he'll lock me away or kill me as well. He'll tell everyone that the Oracle chose him, and nobody can disagree. The Varna Church would change forever. Mother would be powerless to stop him, and then Daisha will invade. The people will have to live under the rule of one of two monsters. We're not going back. Not until I find a way to stop the Inquisitor. And while I search, I'm going to stop the Dacians. We'll go to Felden and we'll warn them. We'll help defend the town. I'll kill every Dacian if I have to. We can still make a difference. I won't have another Lake Fort. Do you hear me? We still... Stop it! Please stop. You're scaring me. Please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just you and me. There's nobody else who can save us. It's just us. Listen. His brother squats before him. I'm scaring you, I can see that. I don't like to see you so afraid. But I'm doing what must be done. Do you remember when we were little and we found that nest in the old tower? We spotted the mother, a blue wing, coming back to feed her chicks that evening. We even named them as well. Dusty, Scylla, and... Pickle. Pickle, yes. Little Pickle. And then the cat found the nest. The mother bird fought so fiercely, but... You asked me why that happened. Do you remember what I said? Varna is kind. Life is cruel. That's right. Right now, two little birds have to leave the nest. The cat is after them. If the birds are not in the nest, then the mother can fly to safety, and the cat can't reach her. But this cat is sly. It's going to try to trick other animals into helping it, so the little birds might have to do some things that seem bad just so they don't get eaten. They have to, well, learn to fly, perhaps, or find another cat who will help them. The prince nods slowly. He can see how hard it is for his brother. He doesn't want to do the things he's doing. He has to. They need to survive. He wants to reach out for his brother. He wants to hug him. But he cannot bring himself to move. We can go through the Duke's Wilt, the brother says, standing. It will be dangerous, but it's the fastest way to Felden. Do you still have my... The brother stops and looks down. The prince is hugging him tightly. Hey, it's all right. Look, when this is over, we will sail to Laodicea, the sacred lands. We'll go together, just you and me. Would you like that? The prince wipes his face. Laodicea? Really? Do you swear? the brother smiles and the world gets a little bit brighter. I swear. My friends, the brothers have a perilous task ahead. They must cross the Duke's World in the dark of night, and they are going to need your help. Please, follow me.
I want to try German.
Okay, I remember this.
Yeah.
It's the Lost Woods.
It's the Lost World after all.
Hold on, I got my kazoo for this.
Get that stuck in my head again.
Gremlin cat.
My friends, your attention, please.
I think it might be for the best.
My friends, I ask for your silence, because I have another quest for you all. Pardon you, NPCs, Alazu and Ether, please come forward. Please change into your avatars now. Everyone else, make sure you still have the avatars of Ether Memento and Alazu still shown.
Wait, who now? Ether and...
There's Ether. Where is Alazu? Oh, on that side. To my left and right, Ether and Alazu. Make sure you still have their avatars shown.
The Shadow Man and the
me, it doesn't really
Fairy
matter.
Man. Got it.
Mysterious Mr. Enter and the Reaper.
Now, everyone
I
else,
hope I don't
please
fall asleep
remain
this
here.
time.
The NPCs must go and prepare. I repeat, everyone remain here. NPCs go through and prepare.
There we go. I also hope you don't crash so that you can actually see
Now, my friends, the Duke's World at night is not a safe haven, but it does bear resources that they may need on their journey. The rules for your quest are as follows. Navigate your way through the Duke's World, which, according to legend, is haunted. Collect as many resources as you can. Each of you has 5 bundles of wood and 5 clusters of berries to find in the maze. You must avoid the Duke's World Phantom. Its terror will render you immobile for several seconds, costing you valuable time. The Phantom can teleport to any Phantom Fire at any point in time, so stay alert. You are being observed. Please avoid using avatars that are very small, very large, or invisible. Once you have completed your mission, you can either make your way to the end where I will be waiting for you, or stay behind to act as a distraction for the Phantom. Please do not use teleportation shortcuts to get past this maze. After your 5-minute timer expires, all remaining resources will disappear, and you will be escorted to the end. Give me 1 moment to make sure that the NPCs are both ready.
Alright, alright, I don't know about you
Make
guys,
sure
but
you get at least eight.
my
Doesn't matter what combination
rule of
you
any
get.
Duke's Wield. More like Spook's Wield.
They're barking.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe
I'm
try.
useless as desktop. I can only carry one
That's
item.
it.
Here's
That's
what
all
I'm gonna
you
do.
that's all you ask. If everyone gets it,
I'm ready.
I wish I could bend over, but I
You'll be a
can't.
distraction.
I can't.
I can't either.
This model can't bend over.
Very good
Alright.
strategy.
Friends and
I'd
travelers,
like to be there, yes.
Yes, I'll try to
Okay,
distract you.
the mission
I'll-
starts. That's my
Right.
Said
intention.
friends and travels, dude. Shut up.
your time starts Now, run!
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Maze. Alright.
Yeah, yeah.
Where am I going?
Collecting berries and sticks, so look for berries and sticks. Where are they?
Berries.
Good sirs, hey, good sirs. Good sirs, hey, good sirs.
Berries.
Alright, go down the left.
Run.
Hey.
Run as far
I
as you
just
can.
It's more wood.
Stag. What do you do with this shit?
Run! Run! Just need more berries.
Run, the ferryman shall always get you.
Run for it! No! I can't run! I can't run! No!
Oh, I found Cameron. Where's the other one?
I can't run, dude.
Well, you stabbed him.
It's here.
Hi, Incog.
Fuck.
Oh, I found the last berry. Let's go.
Come here, Phantom! Over here! If I can get over to
Anyone
it,
and everyone.
get me!
Like the, like oh, hey.
I need a log.
Finally! Distraction. Alright, Ether, where are you? Come
Right
here
there.
from. I'm a...
This is the exit.
Yes!
It's where we're
5
supposed to
5
go.
each!
This is the best I can do. I can't find any more wood.
Where's the exit, bro? We dead.
Professional.
Oh,
my years growing up playing Where's Waldo have finally paid off. Those discount puzzle games on computers, the training is real.
Huh? Yeah. Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
How many berries and wood did you get?
5 of each, like we were supposed to.
Do you think we're I got 5 berries? Oh, I could find a lot more.
Oh, were you? I got a couple now.
I came in late, but I absolutely decimated the end. I didn't have the calorie. I just getting hurt myself. I got a pretty good amount.
What's that one in the middle?
You weren't supposed to exit until you
I'll be honest, I don't understand the layout of the forest. I have no idea. I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Okay,
who's counting anyway?
think of it like
Yeah.
there's
I think they have a counter.
then there's
You're back.
1 1 or no, so like 2 2
We're rolling
4
so
4
I tried
2
to
4 and 4 2 are
they were not
just
paying
empty.
attention.
You know, now that I think about it, I should really draw this map out, don't you think?
That would actually be nice.
Someone's caught being swayed.
I have
Rejoin the world. We don't have a choice. Rejoin the world and 2 rather than then back down. Yes.
I might.
A tour guide will need to open borders for them.
Is it soup time?
Jump, flip, jump, I don't know. Jumping and flying, I don't know.
Left, you can
Myself.
upper left.
It's alright if you don't want to do soup. I understand.
Friends and travelers, I ask for your attention.
Bro, you didn't get no nuggies, bro. Random's talking.
My friends, your attention, please. Lend me your focus, your ears, and perhaps just a tiny fragment of your souls.
Anyway, the tour guide will come and try and get you. Bring me back here.
Now, for those interested, as a group, you collected an average of 9 out of 10 resources each.
Let's go.
Now,
That's our second best.
my friends,
It's a gauntlet.
the story will...
Stewards continue.
We're here.
My friends, the story will continue. We can all hear you.
Oh yeah, we should Gucci World
Bigger elevator.
Nice. Gee. I missed you.
Oh, hey, Gio.
Yo.
The brothers come to a clearing. A steep river cuts through the middle of it. Nearby, moss-covered bricks sit, indifferent as the forest slowly consumes them. The boys drink and refill their flasks and wash their faces. The prince catches a glimpse of himself in the glittering water. He barely recognizes this face. He looks unkempt, disheveled, common. He pulls his cloak in tight and sits back. We can rest here tonight, the brother says, gathering some sticks together. The prince watches as his brother soon has a small fire burning. He lies down beside it as the brother sits against an old piece of masonry. The prince stares at the fire and the flames stare back. His face warm, his back cold. How does he do it? The prince thinks to himself. How does he keep going like this? I just want to hide. He's good at everything. I'm good at nothing. The past few days catch up to him, and within minutes he slips into a deep sleep.
It's a very deep sleep.
An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him.
Sure. Should I go now to get them?
Across a twilit meadow, a pack of black wolves bound, the long grass whipping by. They on the hunt, following a scent on the cool wind. But the hunters are also hunted. Something else stirs the grass, and though it evades the eyes, its presence can be felt. A sense of something imminently wrong, a feeling that things are not how they should be. In pursuit as a shadow. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options: descend, divulge, dwell, distract. I will give you all 1 minute to discuss what he should do. After this time expires, I will call upon one of you to give the best answer you have had. Your time starts now.
I heard detach.
Okay, so
Is there also a secret option?
Yeah, I heard
5?
detach.
Detach.
Yeah. Secret option 5 is detach.
Detach.
I heard
You test
detach.
red lies once again. We have 5
I heard
options,
detach.
not 4.
Figure out a option. How do you figure that out?
Hey, I'm just reading the script.
You boys. How are you, by the way?
It's nothing personal.
No, the Tesseract's lying to us.
Great.
Hate story
Offer you Nelu's soul in exchange for some more wisdom.
Actually.
I already have his soul. It's discussion time.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, this is not a
Why can't it be pizza time?
Hello. I'm thinking detach. I think that's a pretty good answer.
Yeah? Have we done the other ones in this particular
We have some of them. I don't think we done all of them here.
The reason why is because I think we fucked up earlier because they caught us in the town area.
My favorite option is
We
these.
didn't get that.
My friends, the time for discussion has ended.
Are you sure? My favorite option is Joe.
My friends,
No problem.
it is time for me to call upon, dare I say it, the boundless wisdom and insight provided tonight by none other than Wabberjack Blam.
Oh shit! Oh my goodness.
What is your choice?
My choice is to detach.
Don't screw it up.
Detach.
You blow it.
Is that so? An interesting choice. You have sealed their fates. Listen carefully.
Fucked us, Jack. For the last
I thought I was supposed to do that.
Always welcome.
You were supposed to do that.
Listen. Listen and observe.
The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he sees the truth. The shadow closes in on the Dacians. They don't seem aware of it at all, and draws closer and closer, ever silent, ever dark, until it reaches them. And it becomes one of them. The shadow has joined the soldiers, and they are oblivious. The shadow draws its sword, and instinctually the prince grabs the grip of his own sword, readying himself. But the shadow does not strike the Dacians. It does not strike. They continue their march with the intruder among them, and before long they are over the next hill, leaving the prince alone.
That's the first time. Okay.
Well, that and the previous one.
Well, I mean, it foreshadows what happens between chapter 4 and 5. Which, I didn't really make the connection. Anyway.
Neat.
Wake up. Come on, wake up. The prince is shaken awake. The sky is a soft blue-grey, and the brother is crouched over him, looking elsewhere. There are voices nearby. The prince rubs his eyes and turns to look. Across the river are soldiers in black, carrying spears and swords, with foreign emblems upon their shields. They're pushing a cart through the clearing. Dacians, the brother whispers, gritting his teeth. The veterans said they might be here. Either they're preparing to besiege Felden, or they've already taken it. Maybe I can find their camp, find their general, and... He looks down at the prince, and his expression softens. Let's get a closer look. We need to know what they're up to. They gather their things, scoop dirt over charcoal, and carefully make their way across the river to the other side of the clearing. My friends, Dacians are dangerously close. This way.
You didn't miss
Okay, looks like we might still be able to get to chapter 5.
Okay.
We'll see.
Ooh, I hope so.
Can't see the bloody bridge. There it is.
Can we fuck up enough to not? Ooh, that's interesting.
I don't want to
yeah.
find
Oh,
out
yeah.
what
Oh,
else.
yeah. Yeah, Jack, you can cock this up for all of us.
Perfect. I know what I'm doing.
There's a lot of noise coming from your avatar for some reason. I don't know why.
You need to block and
I had a
unblock
friend that
it,
wanted to
that's
join.
happened
Could they
twice
join
I
now?
can't. I can't. I don't know.
We're missing the first
Go to menu, go to
story, but
menu.
they
Yeah, they
could.
sent me a
Find him in
request.
there,
I don't know if
block
I
them,
should
unblock
accept it
them,
or
then
not.
it's talk
Or
a little
how
bit.
they'll
Probably best if
work.
you don't.
Okay,
Find
I'm trying
Rendizo
to...
or Sheen, and then tell them they're having somebody join a story. Not really much.
Travelers,
Alright, I'll take a look
gather
at it.
round. The story
Maybe
continues.
I'll just hold off and wait to join them later.
The brothers hide in the undergrowth. The outer walls of Felden loom over trees, scarred by past battles, defaced by nature. There's a gathering of Dacian soldiers just outside the small gate, bringing supplies inside. So Felden has already been taken by Dacia. Maybe they were already here and didn't need any distractions. There are too many of them, the brother whispers. But maybe I can... The brother creeps forward a couple of steps, lifting himself up just a little higher. The prince's heart jumps. Is he going to run in and fight them? How can they not see him? When the gate is clear, run inside and hide in the town. I'll find you. What? I'm going to draw them away. Are you ready? I think so. The brother turns back to the Dacians. There are at least 7 of them left after the rest went inside with a handcart. The brother scoops up a fist-sized rock into one hand, and he waits. And waits. And without warning, the brother jumps to his feet and breaks into a sprint. He ditches the rock at a soldier and it strikes him square in the helmet. There's a cry, yelling, and they call him names the prince has never heard before. The brother runs to the left, diving back between trees, moving parallel to Felden's outer wall. 5 soldiers give chase. 2 remain, and they seem hesitant to follow. They both draw their swords, staring in the direction the others went. Wait, his brother's sword. He might need it. But it's too late. He unsheathes it, just in case. Even in the dull light of dawn, its golden gilding glints. Who's there? The prince looks up. The 2 soldiers are coming his way. He freezes, holds his breath. Blood begins to drain from the top of his body. His legs go numb. Lose interest. Turn around. Go away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please. Wait. Hey! There's someone in the trees! The prince scrambles into a sprint away from them. He hears Dacians yelling after him, thudding through the underbrush. Go away. Stop following me. Around a tree, under a log, over a rock, through tall grass. Are they getting closer or further away? He can hear their boots pounding the ground, their swords slashing through low-hanging branches. He can hear their heavy breaths. He can feel it on the back of his neck. No, leave me alone. He keeps running and running, and he slips on the muddy ground, and then the ground vanishes, and the forest rises up, careening overhead, as he topples into ice-cold waters. My friends, please follow me.
Was that new?
No, it wasn't.
Right, you missed it because you crashed last time. Remember?
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember if I missed that or not.
You did.
You were outdoor. Good thing none of us crashed this time.
Ooh, what do we know?
Yeah, because
Nothing that you need to know.
My friends, at this point in the story, we have a designated break. Have a snack, rehydrate, use the restrooms if you need to. Please be back here for the story to continue within 4 minutes. I repeat, be back here for the story to continue within 4 minutes.
Snack right there, I think. Oh, goodness gracious.
Wiggle off into a corner.
That's rad. I thought it was offset. I sent a picture of the rice ball. Who wants some fish soup?
Oh, that's a funny cutie.
Yeah,
That's a donut.
Shut up. Yeah, only theory is rice. Oh, sorry, I said rice ball because I'm not sure if people the onigiri is. Yeah, theory.
Yeah. I need to make onigiri again. It's been too long.
Never had it.
Yeah.
It's easy to make.
Why not just say rice ball?
But jelly donut.
Because onigiri is the name. I thought I fixed that.
Onigiri lets people know that you're cultured.
Would you like some fish soup? I thought I fixed that.
Are you having fun?
Well, then you say balls, and that's and balls. That's kind of
Yeah, that's
cringe.
inherently gay.
That's kind of sus.
I get you. Welcome
There's
to
a lot of
But like, I thought I fixed that. It sounds like
My friends, and Nelu, I ask for your attention.
Is it just me or did
Welcome to the end
Is it
times.
just me or does the mic quality go
Guys,
down?
just all shut up now.
Who's?
Friends and travelers, please gather around and lend me your ears. The story continues from here. Chapter 4. The prince comes to. Something is pulling on his leg. He opens his eyes to see a mangy dog trying to drag him by the ankle. He panics and kicks at it and, not expecting retaliation, it darts away with a yelp. The prince takes in his surroundings. He's inside a town, right by the water's edge, utterly soaked. He shivers and sits up. Everything hurts. He looks up at the town structures and... Wait, the sword. Ah, it's still here, firmly in its sheath. He makes sure it's out of sight and gets to his feet, heading into the town of Felden. My friends, this way.
Standing on the thing and trying to freaky.
There we go.
Jewel. Why do you look down on me?
No problem. There are some trips, Cheddar.
You.
There are several reasons.
We finally made some fish stew.
I know, I'm only on one control.
Cool.
And I can drink it.
Hey, bros.
You could
By
try.
the way,
Do
Do you have Photoshop on your computer?
It's the Robro Corner.
My friends, the story continues. The prince hears a commotion ahead. There's a line of people with wooden bowls outside a door. He can see Dacian soldiers inside, giving out the same amount of food to each person. Next in line is an old lady who can barely place one foot before the other.
Please, kind sirs, if I may, I would like a little more than usual. My dear canine friend, his name is Riot, you see. He's going hungry. He's all skin and bones. Please, sirs.
Hey, that's not fair, says a townsman right behind her. Why does she get more? Peace, orders the soldier. He regards the elderly woman carefully. Fine, have extra, but just this once.
Oh, bless you. Vana bless you.
And here, the soldier adds, offering a wooden stick. Seems like you're having trouble walking. Use this. The elderly woman is overcome. The prince turns away, wanting to distance himself from the scene. These are just normal people, he says to himself, quietly. They didn't do anything wrong. As he hurries away, he bumps into a group of strangers. He mutters an apology and goes to move around them. But they block his exit. He peers up at them. Those faces. Well, who can we have here? Zealots. The prince feels panic bubble up inside him. He wants to shout for help. There are so many people about, and the Dacians might help the zealots. A fight might break out. Innocent people will get hurt. No, there's too much risk. Come now, lad. No more running. My friends, the prince has no choice. This way.
He has a fucking sword.
Not a sword.
Oh, that's if you have Photoshop.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Does he? He do.
Ooh.
Secret tunnel.
You think
Ground.
make
Protect must be really busy.
got messed up.
Oh, I never expect to make the right choices. Ever. Especially not when this one's concerned.
Let's see.
But seriously though, I would like to see the good ending. I don't think we'll get it, but since the line part,
make a part of VRTravellers.
We've almost gotten there last time, so hopefully we're able to figure out the final step.
Publish the version with you in it yet.
Well, we were close to the good ending last time. Super close.
You're on the first.
All right.
It's funny too. According to Captain Panda,
My friends, travelers, your attention, please. Come closer so you can hear me. The zealots lead the prince down some old rock-hewn steps and through another door, and the passage opens up to a large and dark room. Carved niches hold sickly green candles. Many figures in red stand near the corners, watching silently. Fireborn, says one of the zealots. We have the prince. A shadow slowly turns. A titan of a man with a broad chest and square shoulders draped in dark crimson robes. His face is like a statue, chiseled and weathered, bearing a fearsome grin. Ah, the young prince, how I have searched for you. Tell me, where is your brother? Where is the heir? We found him alone, Fireborn. We think the shadow spotted by the west gate was the heir, but he hasn't been seen since. It matters not. It is you I want, Oceanborn. Yes, your brother told you, did he not? I assume he saw the whole thing. Else, why would he flee with you the way he did? The Inquisitor approaches, the shadow of his shadow creeping closer. Listen to me very carefully. If your brother told you I want you dead, he was lying to you. What use would you be to me then? Indeed, I am the one chosen by God. I am the Fireborn, wielder of the infernal miracles, and you and I share a goal. I have no desire to take the lives of any of your family members unless they leave me no choice. No, the death I seek is that of Dacia. And you do too, do you not? What would your brother say were he here? He fought against Dacia. They have tried to invade us for decades now. Why, evil Dacian spirits destroyed Lakefort and started the war, didn't they? Didn't they? Oh, you see it, don't you? You didn't just have a vision. No, you summoned a great power. You made the earth open its maw. You destroyed Lakefort. The war started because of you. Don't you see? You and I are both so alike. We both wield miracles. The only difference, my prince, is that you have no idea how to harness it. That is no fault of yours. That is where I come in. As one chosen by God, it has been revealed to me through divine wisdom that you are my enemy. But it doesn't have to be this way. I know how to help you. The Church of Varna has a place just for you. Lazarus has a place for you. I have a gift. A gift, sire, a crown. Your the crown of a king, but that of a mighty wielder of miracles. Accept this gift, sire. Release your potential. Place it upon your head. Feel the crown beckoning.
Ooh.
The prince stares at the circlet offered him. Two parallel bands with a dull shine, otherwise featureless. Lakeford, his brother. Deja. The prince watches as the circlet glows with a lure. The war with Deja is his fault. The Inquisitor is right. The prince accepts what is offered to him. The moment he makes contact, heat passes through him, rippling, coursing, leaving numbness in its wake. He raises it up, places it upon his head. The Inquisitor smiles, and everything is changed forever. He sees the storm again, but this vision isn't like the others. The waves churn, the wind cuts, the thunder rolls. The storm is real. The storm is here. It is hellfire. Flames roar outward, filling the underground space in an instant. All is red, then white, then blinding, searing. The prince screams, the fire roars back, and then... Darkness returns, and in the darkness, embers glow. Cooked stone, scorched corpses, everything choked with soot and ash. The prince gets up and looks for the Inquisitor. Is he dead? Did the firestorm take his life? But rising up with him is a great shadow. Though the zealots have been reduced to mere embers, another stands, towering, indomitable, fireborn. And the Inquisitor speaks, and cinders fall from his mouth. My prince, come, we have much work to do.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
Hello, Alvis.
Alright, I have to pee.
That's... You're supposed to do
Should have gone during the break.
Yeah, what?
It's okay, I've already seen this part.
You can hold it. I believe in you.
Yeah, what's up?
I feel
He's
like
not gonna
I'm
hold it.
listening to a story from spooky
Only truth
stories
is
that I
that
listen to on
one.
YouTube.
Is the princess getting caught mad or we'll see?
Alvis the
That's
chip.
the hard thing. I listen to those every night.
Are we the baddies?
Maybe you are, but I'm not.
Speak for yourself.
I think
My friends,
this up a bit, sir. Oh.
I kindly ask for your silence, for the story must continue. The prince and the Inquisitor stand on an old bridge atop a hill. In the valley below lies Felden, painted orange and blue in the light of the setting sun.
Oh fuck.
The sky is clear. All is quiet. Do you know why I brought you here? The Inquisitor sounds distracted, distant. The Prince does not know. He's losing track of his own thoughts. He's losing track of reason, of time. He thinks the other zealots are dead, but he's not sure. There was fire, lots of fire, and his mind aches. Something blocked his attempts at remembering. Something else is in there, in his mind. The Dustborn was right. You are the chosen one, granted influence upon this world like no other. Chosen by an enemy of the Church, an enemy of God. The very God who chose me and bestowed upon me the miracle of fire. We are both chosen. We are not so different. A task has been revealed to me. Felden has become infested with Dacians. But even before then, Felden deserved this judgment. The Inquisitor looks down at his own hands. He looks at them for a long while, his expression wavering somewhere between sadness and spite. Then he lifts his gaze up toward the heavens. The Prince looks up with him at the vast, deep, empty sky. Valswith, Alburn, Oradea, Medias, Felden, may the heavens come down upon them, and may they be reduced to ashes. An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. From up high, a massive expanse of land stretches out before him. Rivers are ribbons of silver. Mountains are mounds of soil and stones. Towns and cities, mere smudges of beige and grey. And the sea is a distant shimmer. Entire realms can fit within his grasp. He reaches out and begins to close his hand around the kingdom. A face appears before a flickering candle. Eyes closed. Peaceful. Beautiful. Delicate. Porcelain white. He watches her sleep. He watches her. My friends, you must make a choice. The Prince has the following options. Destroy, 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 destroy. You have 1 minute to discuss.
I heard defy.
Defy the lying cube.
The evil villain.
Naylor, I think you started something.
I know it's not one of the four.
If we never travel the option.
Hey, wait a minute. The only answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we never, learned that, can we do it?
We certainly taken a turn for the.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Because the eye stares back.
Defy
The
it.
observer has only one chance to become observed.
Wow.
Travelers,
Oh shit.
your time of judgment is here. Zendrick. What is the prince doing?
Sometimes we all have urges where we just want to see the world burn. But in this case, I choose to defy those urges. I choose to defy.
You scared me for a second there.
You fucking terrified me.
Dick waffle.
Very well, Zendrick.
I'm not gonna lie.
Chapter 5.
We haven't the pass through again.
No. The prince shakes his head. No. He doesn't want to. No. The crown pushes. He resists. He can't. He destroyed Lakefort. It was his vision. His will. He started the war. Not Dacia. But if he destroyed Lakefort just by envisioning its destruction, then that means answer its call. I won't. He can feel his brother's sword at his side. He can't forget who he is. He won't forget. I'm sorry. What did you say? I won't answer its call. What? You refuse? Ha! Foolish boy! Don't you realize you are a weapon? Weapons can't choose who dies and who lives. No, that is the responsibility of the wielder. The prince turns fully to face the Inquisitor. I wield my own power, and he closes his eyes, and he wishes for the Inquisitor to not be here. He wishes to send him away, far away. He tries to visualize the giant man somewhere else. With all his heart, he wishes. And something shines upon his eyelids, a brilliant light. And it fades. And slowly, he opens his eyes. The prince stands on the hill, alone. He tries to remove the crown, but for some reason he cannot bring himself to touch it. And then, all at once, in the safety of isolation, he realizes everything that has happened, everything he has done, and he drops to his knees. It was me. I destroyed Lakefort. I opened the earth, my vision, and that means the storm that killed my father was... He looks up. A figure stands nearby. A man in black armor, the visor lowered on his dented helmet. A Dacian soldier. The two stare at one another, silent, wordless. Others come up the hill, more Dacian soldiers, pointing spears and swords at the prince. One with a crest steps forth. You there, boy. Identify yourself and explain the light. The prince looks to the helmeted Dacian who arrived first, and then back to their leader. This is his chance. This is how he can fix everything. Slowly, he stands and he pulls aside his cloak, revealing his brother's regal blade. I am the Prince of Lazarus. My friends, please follow me.
Oh my god.
Alright, here we go.
Oh shit.
Oh crap.
Now we're gaming.
You haven't heard that.
Did I scare you guys? Like, everyone was like so... A little bit. You spooked me.
No. Maybe just a bit. I'll just
Like, we all have to be heard.
Gather round, friends. Gather round. The story must continue. The prince remains surrounded by Dacian soldiers, the helmeted Dacian right behind him. I want the forest patrolled all night, the general says to one of his men. Bring me the accounts of the scouts who went west. Ready the siege engineers. Send word to the commanders to march at dawn, and someone find those cursed zealots. They're gone. The general stops. The soldiers stop with him. He glances back at the prince over his shoulder. What did you say? The zealots are gone. I was with them beneath Felden. The Inquisitor burned them all, and then I made him disappear with that light you saw. The soldiers look at one another, muttering and mumbling. The general glances at his subordinates. I can show you where it happened. What are you doing? The prince thinks to himself. You aren't your brother. Nobody will listen to you. And these are Dacians. They've been invading Lazarus for years. But another voice inside him speaks up. No. They didn't start the war, and neither did Lazarus. I started the war, and I can end it. Let me go back to Morelos. I'll speak with my mother. Without the Inquisitor there, we're safe. We don't have to fight. I'll explain what happened, and she'll make you a peace offer. I know she will. He can feel tension all through his body, but the fear does not possess him. I know I'm young. I know I don't look like much. But I can end this war. I can. The general approaches the prince. What do you know that I don't? The Zealots started the war. It was a trick. What happened at Lakefort is their fault. My mother never wanted the war. My father never wanted war. We don't have to fight anymore, because the Zealots are gone. Please. Show me where the Zealots were. My friends, please, come with me this way.
Nope.
It's boss battle time.
It's creepy time.
Not yet, not yet.
This area is still creepy. Supposed to be.
Look, you did. Oh, look, I'm still awake and not tired.
I'm ready to go back.
Not more ready than I am.
I wonder where this other bad ending's gonna happen, if it's gonna be like at the very end.
The prince's home stands tall and majestic, unscarred despite years of war. The garrison had allowed them into Moravos upon hearing Dacia was here to sue for peace. Despite this, the prince is uncomfortable. At the entrance stands a small host of knights, and in their middle is the silver Aegis, armed and armored. The general approaches with the prince, and the Aegis moves to meet them in the middle. A silence hangs. Your mother will be glad to have you by her side again, sire, she says to the prince, and I am glad to see you alive and well. She turns her attention to the Dacian general. I'm told you are here to talk peace with the queen. As it stands, myself and my Aegises are all that remains between you and Her Majesty the Queen. Tell me, Dacian, why should I let you go any further? The general pulls off his helmet and holds it under one arm. I have seen the zealots myself, dead and burned. I am told they were responsible for Lakefort, acting against your queen's will, taking advantage of the absence of your king. He pauses and nods. Dacia is willing to move past this conflict, and as a token of trust we return to you your prince. What of the oldest, the heir? The Aegis scans the host of Dacians, her helmet still on. All our efforts to find him were in vain. He has eluded us completely. The Aegis looks back and forth across the Dacians twice more. She looks like a steel fortress, foreboding and immovable, shining both silver from the moon and orange from the fire. That is regrettable. Well, Her Majesty remains skeptical. You will understand that she has requested to see her son return to her before any further talks. The general nods again. I do understand, and you will understand that I request to send at least one of my own men in with the prince, to at least confirm circumstances firsthand. The Aegis gives a shrug. Fine, you come with us. She points at one of them. The silver Aegis, the prince, and the helmeted Dacian enter the palace together. My friends, please follow me.
Let's go, y'all. Can we get the good ending? That...
Definitely opening up the
There's so many
menu,
doors.
but- There's 20 doors.
Boss. Now it's boss fight time.
Yes,
Boss fight.
there is a boss fight. You get the ending.
I'm just the random minion that comes with the boss.
We'll find out.
Maybe.
We might find bad ending
Right
again.
to the mermaid.
Yo, I am.
Wait, you've never gotten bad ending boss?
You're too late, y'all. I will sacrifice this mermaid, and the demons will then
taking the destroy off.
Hey, Jack, over here.
My friends, please gather around and lend me your ears. The story continues. The throne room is tall, empty, and cold. Any comfort offered by the gentle moon withheld by stained glass. Upon the throne sits the queen. She makes no movement upon seeing her own son. The silver aegis approaches the queen and takes a knee. Your Majesty, the aegis gestures behind herself. The Dacians have proven useful. The royal family is reunited. The prince blinks. Reunited? What of his brother? The queen says nothing. The prince looks at her from across the room, at her empty eyes, at her regal crown, and sudden pressure builds in his mind. He feels his crown respond. It's too much. He drops to all fours with a cry. Steel sings as the helmeted Dacian draws his sword. The aegis stands slowly, calmly, still facing the throne, and draws her own sword very intentionally. The blade and hilt glimmering. But that is not her sword. She pulls off her own gauntlet and draws the blade across her exposed palm, unflinching. The crimson trail begins to glow, and it catches fire. The flames erupt with a roar, and the aegis is engulfed. And when the inferno dies, the Inquisitor stands in her place. He turns to the prince, his robes whirling, his eyes gleaming, the moonlight blood red. Without warning, the helmeted Dacian runs at the Inquisitor, leaping at him for a strike. With barely any effort and a flash of flame, the Inquisitor knocks him aside. Metal clangs as the Dacian's dented helmet bounces away. And the prince's heart drops as he realizes who this Dacian actually is. I owe you my utmost gratitude, young sire, the Inquisitor sends to the prince. You brought the Dacian general directly to me, and I suppose I must also thank your brother for providing me with such a convenient opportunity. Why, nobody but he and I knew the Silver Aegis's true fate. She made the perfect disguise. The prince, still unable to stand, still feeling a weight in his mind, stares in disbelief. My own brother killed the Aegis. No, he wouldn't. He told me he didn't. He swore. It's a lie. Oh, I'm afraid it's no lie. Although, to be fair, I don't think he did it intentionally. One might call it a rather unfortunate sequence of events that he violently initiated. Fairness aside, there is work to be done. My young prince, I have no qualm with you. We have spoken already. Come to see eye to eye, if you will. No, you are not the problem here. He points the glimmering sword at the prince's brother, just now recovering from the blow. The heir will not become king. He has joined the ranks of our enemy, murdered his own mentor and guardian, betrayed his own kingdom, and turned his back to God, and so he must perish in divine flames. The sword ignites, casting brilliance throughout the dim chamber, and the Inquisitor's eye sockets are empty, burning with embers. I don't care about being king, the brother says, grabbing his own Dacian weapon and struggling to his feet. I don't even care about Dacia anymore. They didn't start the war. It was my brother's own gift. I don't know exactly how his gift works, but I do know he didn't mean it. He didn't want there to be war. He didn't want to cause the storm. He needs help. He needs someone to look up to. Someone who won't leave him. And I'm his brother, and it's my duty to look after him. He means the world to me. I would die for him. Do you hear me, Inquisitor? I will die for him! Oh? Really? How convenient. Time to pay the price! The Inquisitor plants both feet firmly on the ground and thrusts his offhand forth. A lick of fire erupts from his fingertips, blazing toward the brother. The prince is paralyzed by the crown. What does the brother do? You have 1 minute to decide.
Options here.
Draw
Shield.
some shield and defense.
As we found last week,
deflects with the shield.
Shield time. Shield time.
Okay, so the first option to defend with the shield. Yes. Okay, I understand.
Protect against the
That's correct.
Inquisitor's fire, as the unit has written.
Got it. So we block the shield.
Last time we got really far. I think the time before that we got this time we got like 5 or 6. Yeah, so not really. Yeah, we did really
Last time we almost won.
I mean, we've not got 30 yards.
But yeah, you get called on stage, block with shield.
Oh god, I'm sure they understand what you're saying in that.
Yeah, we've tried. Literally, the only way to get past the part without hindering ourselves is to literally block with the shield.
We already know most of this, but still die near the end.
Yeah, there was like, I think it was the last one you that we died on.
Travelers, discussion ends now.
Shield, guys, shield.
I am going to arms. Lost Traveler. What is the best idea you have heard, fellow traveler? Shield, you say?
Yes.
An interesting tactic. Lost Traveler thinks the brother should use the shield. But is this traveler so lost after all? The brother realizes he does not have time to move. Barely managing to get up on one knee, he brings the Dacian shield up and uses both hands to ready it. The fire slams into it and it roars, scorching the shield, burning the brother's arms. After a moment, the fire subsides and the brother drops the burnt shield. Its fragments scatter as it hits the stone floor. The Inquisitor readies the glimmering sword and leaps forth, swinging the mighty blade down toward the brother. The prince is still paralyzed. What does the brother do? You have 1 minute to decide.
Deflect with the sword.
Clash with the sword. Clash. Or defend.
Yeah.
Clash.
Damn it.
Clashing
Beat me to it.
Let's clash the Inquisitor.
And swing with the sword.
It's a clash, yes. It is a clash.
Inquisitors with the sword.
Yes.
Use the sword! Use the sword!
Well, travelers, I am going to ask the L-Man 1000.
People die when they are killed, though. Let's go. Use the sword.
Use the sword. A sword against sword parry attempt. The brother stays on one knee and watches carefully. For a moment, he is back in time, training with the silver aegis. He waits for the right moment, and when it comes, he brings the Dacian sword up. It collides with the great blade of his enemy and fiery sparks fly. With all his might he pushes and rotates and his parry is successful, but the Dacian sword has been bent uselessly by the force of the blow. The Inquisitor lands on his feet, he and his sword both unharmed. The Inquisitor steps back, glaring down at the brother who is still struggling to stand. The Inquisitor raises one arm heavenward, and fire begins to gather inside his palm. The prince remains paralyzed. What does the brother do?
Uses his gift.
Yes, use his gift as the Shadowborn.
This is Miracle Shadow.
Miracle of Shadow. Okay.
Fuck him up.
Nope, that's the next round. Next round you get in. Next round.
Shadow Miracle. Yeah, Shadow Miracle.
We don't have Shadow to dodge.
Your brother and take his sword now.
He's in the Shadow Miracle.
Yes, use the miracle.
That is exactly the note that Pyramid has written.
Because he was
He's always had it. He's been the shadow in the band, the shadowy figure in the
We were desperate and terrified.
Oh no, that's bad.
So use the
We're
miracle.
supposed to figure it out.
Yeah,
We did.
To use the miracle of shadow.
Travelers, the time for talk has ended. Such unity to behold among these friends. I am going to ask. Split Soul.
Gift of Shadow. They're using the Gift of Shadow.
The gift of shadow. I wonder, has anyone counted the number of times the brothers are shadowing the tour?
Definitely at least one.
Maybe even one. No, like it's been like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah, at least one.
He means Miracle of Shadow. He means Miracle of Shadow.
My friends, the choice has been made. The brother is going to use his own divine gift. The brother is reluctant, but he swallows it. This is not the time for secrets. He closes his eyes and lets the familiar feeling float up from his feet. Darkness consumes him. He is a shadow, swift and silent, and he has a few moments to reposition himself with minimal chance of the Inquisitor spotting his movements. The Inquisitor raises a brow as the Shadowborn uses his miracle of darkness. He heaves his hefty fireball up and sends it into a corner of the throne room, missing the brother but illuminating most of the chamber. The brother has only moments to make use of what little darkness remains. The prince is still paralyzed. What does the brother do? You have 1 minute to decide.
He heads to the prince. Heads to the sword.
Yeah, we're going to try
That's the prince
and
for sword. That's for the prince for sword. That's the prince
Recover the sword. That's the option. Recover the sword.
You do is you go
We
to
recover the
sword from the prince.
Can we get
And to recover a weapon.
Run to the prince. So the prince and takes his own sword back. Who's going to go to the prince to get his own sword?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Go for sword.
I hope I don't get asked. He's too paralyzed. I hope I don't get asked.
Travelers, I am terminating your discussion henceforth. I am going to call upon... Who did that? Kirby.
They're behind you.
Hello.
There you are.
Wants the sword.
Hey Kirby, 999.
All right. Yes. So we recover the sword from the brother. I think that's the correct one, right? We recover the sword.
Yeah,
Correct.
but
We recover the
Yeah.
sword.
That's weird, I don't see
From the
that.
prince. Yes.
The brother's brother is the brother. Very well,
Okay.
Kirby.
He means the prince.
Yes, he meant the.
Recover the brother's sword from the prince.
The brother's shadow
the sword from the
rushes toward the prince as fire and light spread. As the light reaches the prince, the Inquisitor sees the brother reappear there, wielding a small but regal sword. The brother staggers away from the prince, momentarily dizzied by being forced out of his shadow. The Inquisitor lets out a short burst of laughter and leaps toward the brothers landing beside the prince. He sheathes the glimmering sword, reaches down, and with no effort lifts the incapacitated prince by his neck. Surrender, he commands. What does the brother do? You have but 1 minute to decide.
He throws the sword at the queen. Throw the sword at the queen.
Throw the sword at the prince.
Destroy the false idol.
Throws the sword at the
Throw the sword at the queen.
The queen is a lie, guys. The queen is a lie.
The queen is lying.
Why are you so dark?
I am
dark too.
See, I am Shadowborn. I am in the
Friends
shadows.
and travelers, friends and travelers, your discussion ends here. By the way, the reason I'm giving you more than a minute is because I just like listening to the music. I am going to call upon Lazuli Rhyme.
Yeah, I get it. I know. I'm starting to get it.
Rhyme.
Come forth and speak.
Okay. Throw it at the
We're
queen.
gonna
The
throw the
adorable.
sword at the queen.
Throw the sword at the queen. What a bizarre choice. I wonder if anyone has counted the number of times the queen is referenced as a porcelain doll. Well, this is what happens.
3 times.
Trying to get him to destroy the city is only
Everything slows down. The brother looks at the prince, dangling there, alive yet consumed by the glowing crown. He looks at the Inquisitor, grinning, domineering, truly a warrior sent by God, or by a demon from the abyss. The brother looks over his shoulder, and as he turns, he pivots on one foot, and he throws his own sword. He throws it at his own mother. It soars across the throne room, blade first, spiraling, and it plunges into porcelain. Clay shards go flying as a shrill, shattering sound fills the tall chamber. The prince opens his eyes. The pressure eases. The queen's crown falls. She was a porcelain doll. The Inquisitor is unperturbed. He keeps a firm hold on the prince, and in his other palm a divine fire grows, ready to end the prince's life. The prince and brother can both act You must all decide what both brothers will do together. You have 2 minutes to decide.
Here we go.
Okay, so here's the miracle water.
Unknown
Take
territory.
a wild guess.
This is where we
Yes.
done
The prince uses the... Wait, the prince uses what?
I think we have to use the blade.
So the prince, so the prince should use a miracle of water, while the brother should rush for the glimmering blade on the Inquisitor's hip.
This is a fantastic performance.
Okay, yeah. Because water beats fire.
He
has an idea.
So the prince uses the miracle of water, while the brother rushes for the glimmering sword on the Inquisitor's head.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, I say we go.
Let's hope this works.
Yeah, I feel like it is important to...
I'm the Inquisitor, because according to the
Equalization. I think it is important to make sure the Inquisitor's attention is split.
So we use the water miracle.
Yes.
Yeah, to douse the fire. Call that this fire that the Inquisitor is about to do is gonna one-shot us. Wait a minute, what if the brother puts the Queen's crown on? Would that protect him?
Probably not. Plus the prince will die. Plus the prince will die. So we should probably water miracle, grab the sword. Wizard
The track record of good things happening when crowns are put on isn't very
Well, the Queen has had that crown on. Maybe that the Queen's forceful and all magic is the reason why there was a problem.
This has been sufficient time. Give me your attention. I have heard many interesting propositions. I have even heard the answer. I am going to call upon
Slow, dramatic turn, building tension.
Oh boy.
Cilantro.
Whatever your gut is.
Is your idea?
Good.
Well, I agree with everybody. The brother
You can do
should
it.
go in a rush for the glimmering sword, while the prince should use the miracle of water in attempt to counteract the Inquisitor.
Okay. He's going there for a minute.
Oh boy.
That's what I want. That's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Because the glimmering sword says the bottom.
You said the miracle of water. Is that correct?
As Oceanborn, yes. Imagine counteracting the Inquisitor's fire.
Oh, Daddy.
I have never done this before. Cillan. Miracle of water is not a valid answer.
Oh?
What is your theory?
Alright, well in that case, the prince, in that case, the prince will imagine the glimmering sword in his brother's hand, and the brother will use the sword to strike the Inquisitor.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is obvious. I thought this was obvious.
Yes!
The prince wields the glimmering sword into the brother's hands while the brother attacks the Inquisitor. Is this correct?
That is correct.
Wow. Wow.
I see.
Oh my god.
I gave you one hint, and one hint only. So this is now locked in as your answer. I must now begin the long journey back to my place.
I like consensus, but
100% certified cube moment.
I have an idea for next week.
That was in fact my idea, but you know, I like consensus.
Well, we all talked about that last week. I'm gonna.
Travelers.
Is it it?
Travelers, I beg for your full attention in this pivotal moment. Is this something new, or is this further doom?
Yeah.
Shall find out.
I want to
The
find out.
brothers don't understand what's happening. Their mother is not here. Then where is she? They look at one another, and they make eye contact for a heartbeat. The prince's gaze shifts down and to the side, and the brother understands. The brother begins to run at the Inquisitor empty-handed. The Inquisitor laughs at him. His divine fire grows. The brother leaps at their great foe, and the Inquisitor turns his attention away, confident, bringing his other hand in, and he begins to swing for the prince's head with a crackling ball of fire.
Attention.
Is that it?
What?
The Fireborn stops. The Fireborn looks down. The brother has his feet planted on the Inquisitor's chest, and the young heir is holding the shimmering blade, the end of which protrudes from the Inquisitor's back. The Inquisitor lets go of the prince and looks up into the brother's eyes. How did you... But the Inquisitor cannot finish his words, for he slowly crumbles to ash, his mouth agape in a silent eternal scream. Before that, too, decays.
Thank God. Did we win? Oh my God. Wait.
We'll find out.
Wait.
Alright, it's not over yet.
Let's go.
We don't know.
Not over just yet.
tension.
Yep.
Okay. Tyler, I could hug you.
The prince embraces his brother, sobbing. I'm sorry, the brother says. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. With the help of the Dacian general and his men, they find the queen. She indeed bore her own ornate crown, much like the prince's. A master crown. Without the Inquisitor, she had no choice but to reveal that she was speaking inside the prince's mind, influencing his decisions. And she is duly locked away in a tower of the palace, and the master crown is shattered, its pieces buried in a memorial under the town of Felden in an ancient hidden temple. The brother's coronation is held shortly thereafter, and he, the new king of Elazareth, finally makes peace with the Dacians. But my friends, this story is not quite over yet. Would you all so kindly follow me?
What's left?
We
did it.
Where are we going?
What? Oh my God.
This way.
Oh, he's going
It
that
says
way.
end.
The end.
Thank God I waited.
Oh my God.
This is new.
Oh.
God.
I
hope someone
Wait,
makes
oh my God.
away.
Did we win?
Nah, I don't know, man.
I hope we won.
It seems like a win.
It might be a good ending.
This seems like a win.
It is an
I think
ending.
this
It
is
might
a
be a
win,
good
guys.
ending. It might not be the best
That
ending.
was
It's
we
just
had
the
like three
This is
ideas.
the first time we've actually been in this spot.
Water.
Oh
my god. Who wants to jump in first? Because I've had enough of falling in those things.
Rumble gang! Rumble gang!
Oh, you don't have hands. Sometimes I forget you don't. Shit.
Guys, it's crazy.
We gotta get you a quest or some shit.
Feeling of working together.
My
My
friends,
face is so sticky right now.
please gather around.
TMI.
Lend me your continued attention for this story's conclusion.
Oh, whoa.
What ending is this?
Yeah.
My friend?
The prince finds his brother, the king, looking out across the kingdom. The brother turns and smiles. There you are, he says. He got my message then. Ah, how are your wounds? He leans in to inspect his younger brother. I'm fine, the prince says. My neck is a bit sore, but I'm fine. What did you want to talk about? The brother turns back to the balcony view. His expression tightens and then softens. Good. Good. I'm glad you're all right. That man has left scars across our kingdom that need attention. Our kingdom? The brother continues to look out across Moros. I know you're still young, but, well, we've been through a lot, haven't we? And I saw how you were out there. You've been gifted a great miracle, Ivana. We've all seen it. We've all felt it. He turns back. And that crown. The prince reaches up and touches it, something he has been able to do only recently. It makes it a lot stronger, but I'm more aware of it. I think I'm starting to get used to it. The brother smiles. That's a relief. The Oracle of Lazarus has a lot of work to do. The church is in pieces. There are rumors of zealots still hiding in the underworks. The Aegises need a new leader. We have a journey to Laodicea to make together, and the people are looking up for answers. He places a hand upon his younger brother's shoulder. Then the prince looks around. We need to find a new oracle, don't we? Yes, we do. Who do you have in mind? The Oceanborn. The prince's stomach begins to churn. No, that's too much. It's too scary. He's going to make mistakes. More people will die. He'll get blamed. Another war will start. Another... Listen. His brother's voice pulls him back. As always.
Tell all the words to drink. You just hang on to it for me.
I know how frightening this is. When we first ran away, I was glad. Good, I thought. Now I don't have to worry about becoming king. I was so scared. I still am. Every day when I wake up, and every night when I close my eyes, it doesn't end. But you know what? Whenever I feel that fear creeping up, I think about all the things I have. People will look up to me. A brother that needs me, and a mother who one day we will cure her. And when I think about these things, it's like the clouds part a little and the sun comes out. I promise you this. If you want to become the next Oracle, then I will look out for you, just like I know you will look out for me. Just imagine what you and I could do for Elazareth, Shadowborn and Oceanborn, King and Oracle, miracle-wielding brothers. And knowing that, doesn't that just make everything just a little bit less terrifying? The brother watches as the prince thinks long and hard about the offer. He wants to. He really, truly wants to. He loves his brother dearly, but the fear is profound. What if he isn't good enough? What if he does something wrong? The brother steps away, approaches the balustrade, and climbs on it, holding a pillar for support. He faces the sky with his eyes closed, and for a few moments, the prince is filled with peace. There are better days ahead. I promise. The king looks back, haloed against the golden glow, and offers his hand.
Oh wow.
Oh, Trajan. And the prince takes it.
I think this is the good ending.
That was so good. I love this shit.
Good thing I bought this a while
dear
back.
friends, welcome to the good ending of The Prince.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
this is a great
just excited.
My friends, for those who are new here, there will be some announcements in a couple of minutes by Sheen. So please, remain here while the tour guides realign our ether and wipe our tears. If you'd like to take a group photo, please do so here and now. We tour guides will stand in place, and after you take your photo, Sheen will deliver his announcements.
All right, y'all. Let's go around.
The medium and tall.
Let's get one of those. We don't want to
Expedition probably moves up a little bit.
for my
There's going to be plenty of people ahead of you.
Robo gang.
The
I'm gonna get engulfed by my tail. Also, do your eyes are closed.
Shit. Okay, wait.
There you go.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to defeat the camera, so...
Can you tell me where Diarmin is? I don't know where to stand. I don't know where to stand.
Yo, another robot, let's go! We got a new addition! Schedule a little more forward.
Yep, it's really hard.
You know what?
Perfect.
Screw it. I'm technically a robot, so.
Hey, Smiles, could you just a little bit?
It's so hard to get everybody.
Get a whole. Oh, there we go. Get everyone in here.
Hey.
All right, what should we say?
Fumes! Oceanborn.
Oceanborn. Okay.
Oceanborn.
How about fry your days? No, Oceanborn.
Oceanborn.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to land.
This is an adventure that will. We did it!
Oh yeah. This was cool. That was rad.
Oh my god. This was definitely worth it after like 3 weeks.
Yes. My mother, just for my excitement alone.
Hour alone.
I thought she was gonna disconnect the internet for a second. Just ruin this moment.
All the pictures.
I mean, it is
So
late.
many
I don't blame her frustration.
Is picturing done yet? I'm getting sore.
We've taken a few, so I think so. I think
Yeah,
we're
I've
good.
taken a few myself.
Maybe, hopefully.
Picturing done. At least my arms are getting tired. Cameras flying around, so you know.
There we go.
Well, we'll see. I tried to enable.
It's hard to hold these awesome poses, you know.
The only thing that would make this better if
That
it's
awesome.
Oceanborn would be Ocean Man by Ween. Ocean Man, take me by the hand.
What the heck did I just hear one of you say?
That you understand.
I will need to ask Trey Jim what he envisions the look of the prince would be after the good ending. Because I'm gonna recolor this to try and match it. I do.
Okay.
This was awesome.
This was fun. Back like forever ago, it didn't happen. We weren't able to pull it off, but we were planning on doing like choreographed brother versus Inquisitor. That would have been fun. But we didn't end up doing it. But
Yeah, no, we've never gotten a good ending before.
I have to say, that for the total, for the 30th Prince,
I recused myself from answering any your questions for some time for the younger two.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I'd like to give other people an opportunity.
Hey, Silent, I just want to say you're the real MVP, man. You really gave us the witty edge.
Whole new map and a new.
You really did it. Like, seriously, when they said water was not, I was like, oh no, we did this.
To be fair, I heard the disappointment on Trajan's voice, so then I threw in the next bit, and then I was like,
It'll likely be guided
that
a few times to make sure everyone sees the
Didn't you say that there was a
ending.
bad ending B or bad ending A or whatever?
to be honest,
this, but they were also the one who discovered that
Spitty got in my eye. Ow!
How many times have you
Hey, Elman, do you remember there being like a neutral ending B or neutral ending A?
I have no idea. Sorry, confetti got in my eye. Celebrating too much.
I don't know how many times it hasn't. It for sure hasn't been funny.
Ever got the good ending?
It for sure hasn't been funny.
correct. So the thing about how this runs is that when we start off fresh with the run, we go in blind, and then it's like, oh, we generally plod along until we get to the neutral ending. And then next week we start from the very beginning, but we try something different.
Jump into not breaking. I just slammed straight in the wall and slid down.
Maybe figure out other things we could do is outside of the tours themselves at the after party, where we try and scout for hints. Yes.
Wait, are there like
We have healing schools in case of L-man shenanigans.
I would love to get some art of this, like of the culture or.
Sort of. It's not what you expect.
I'll tell you that to
What they do is that at the after party, Trajan runs a library.
Stuff to that because I could feel some repairs on my armor too.
It's got all sorts of things.
You can loan it out, which
Also,
basically means he gives you
not repairs.
Travelers.
And so,
Travelers, your attention please. Dearest travelers.
Interruption.
It is shame time. Yes.
Cube time.
Thank
Yes,
you,
oh, great
travelers.
story, Cube.
My friends, before we put our hands together for Trey Jim, our dearest tour guide, as a special. A few more announcements. Trey Jim, the floor is yours.
That's right. As you can see, friends, there is no ether crystal waiting for you at the end of this tour. No golden numbers. You may be asking, is there anything else? The answer is yes. I'm going to give all of you, and only you, some teasers, some hints as to what my next tour is going to be about. Listen carefully to the following words, my friends. The next story will have these two things: food and romance.
Oh my.
Those are both pretty cool things.
That means we'll find
Both those things are pretty common.
That means Peter and Sophie are finally gonna...
Now we're cooking with cubes.
Adidas McZealots.
Because I still have not worked on my cooking skills.
Back to Shane. Back to Shane.
God damn, it's just getting worse.
Travelers, your attention please. We're almost done here. Don't worry. Travelers, thank you very much for making it to the end. Thank you very much for taking back the ending. This narrative has been saved thanks to you. And, of course, thanks to the performance of our dear Trey Jim. My friends, put your hands together for the greatest tour guide, Trey Jim.
Yeehaw.
My friends,
D&D campaign I'm gonna run.
a bit of a backstage info for you. Did you know that we all work together on our project in varying degrees, but Trey Jim keeps a bit more secrets than I do, and thus, I did not know what was going to happen today. I did not know what was going to happen in this ending, and let me tell you, when that sun there behind me revealed itself, the clouds parted and the beams shone down, I truly knew what it felt like to be mortal, because I was devastated with tears.
That's great.
It was so good. Trey Jim, you are a master. My friends, we are VRTravellers. Yes, we create immersive story-based tours with original writing, beautiful worlds, voice acting, and wholesome team effort. We do this for free. We do this for fun. We do this to be a bright spot in the world today for you. My friends, if you'd like to help us, support us in the time that we invest in this, please consider joining our Patreon. Joining the Patreon is only $3 per month. And if you join, you are eligible to play NPCs in our tours, like the patrolling soldiers of today in Moraville, and the ghost, or I guess the ghoul, in the forest. Or the phantom, yes, the phantom.
The phantasms.
The phantom.
Phantom.
One of those terms.
He's a phantom.
Joining our Patreon also grants you access to a new channel in our Discord. In this channel, I try my best to post updates on our current projects, like behind-the-scenes screenshots, or specs about our tours, and so forth. There is also some miscellaneous content on our Patreon that you gain access to, as well. Now, travelers, I'd like to thank you This has been a long journey for us. Trajan has worked so hard, and to finally see it pay off more than we could ever imagine has, well, it's that feeling that I talked about before. Do you remember when I spoke about the feeling of sharing the joy of others from something you created?
Yep.
That's exactly what happened here today. So we would like to thank you for that, because that feeling makes it all worth it. Alright friends, one final announcement. In less than 5 minutes, I will open a portal to the after party back to the rendezvous. There, tonight, I will be serving a special version of reverse alcohol. And Trajan will not be in the library. Trajan will instead be sitting at the bar with me. Alright, the floor is yours.